All right, guys. Well, I have now switched back to my other computer. Just switching back and forth. Promise you I won't switch again, so don't worry about it. But I just want to show you guys. I have the same program from before. The only difference is I have the setup method. I have the size, but I changed the size from 500 500 to 1000 1000. Okay. The loops for the lines are still the same. And then I got the stroke weight at 10 and I got the point at 250, 250. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and run this and show you what it looks like. Here's my sketch right here. And my point is right here at 250, 250. I wanted the point to be in the middle of the screen. So if we want it in the middle of the screen over here, it's going to have to be 500, 500. Okay. So 500, 500 is there. And here's my point right here. If we want to see it even bigger, let's say we want it to be even bigger than it. We can make it 50. Try 50. So 50 will make it quite a big dot there. The middle of that dot is at 500, 500. Okay, so there's a point there. I'm going to leave it at the size there. What I want to do, though, is I want to add in some comments. So I want to show you guys how to do comments, okay? Comments are done a couple of different ways. You can do 2 forward slashes and then put your comments after those 2 forward slashes. But when you go down to the next line, it's not going to do that anymore. Okay? It's not going to allow it to be a comment anymore. So it's just a one single line comment. Okay? So the 2 forward slashes is a single line comment. Now let's say you want to block comment. Okay? I can set up a block comment up here at the top even before the setup method. So I'm going to set up a block comment. The way you do that is a forward slash and an asterisk. And then you can type whatever you want. So all this is the comment. And then I want to close the block comment. The way that I do that is the reverse of the opening symbol. So it's the asterisk and the forward slash. So there's my block comment up there. Usually a block comment, you want to put a block comment at the top. You put your name, who is writing the program, and maybe the date, maybe what this program does. This program is to show what, or no, how to draw in processing. There we go. So there's our block comment there. Spans multiple lines. You can see that the color is grayed out, so it is not lines of code. Now, if you go to the lines of code, they are colorful, okay? Setup is the name of a method. Void is a reserve word. For is a reserve word. Size is the name of a command, function, or method. So size is a function. Stroke weight is a function. Line is a function. Stroke is a function. These are all blue colors. Okay. Variables are orange. This is an int, so it's an orange color. Okay. So it highlights differently depending on what that particular line of code is doing or that variable is doing. Okay, so don't forget, we got the single line comment and then we got the multi-line comment or the block comment up at the top. You want to use those as often as you can in your programming world, or as you keep on programming stuff. So points all good and fine. Now let's say we want to do a line. Okay, we want to do a line. So how is a line made up? Well, what is a line made up of? A line is made up of 2 points, right? 2 points, okay? So the points here, each point has 2 parameters associated with it, an x and a y value. So if a line is made up of 2 points, we need 4 x and y values to make up the line. We need x and y of the first point and x and y of the second point. The line is going to be drawn between those points. Okay, so just to illustrate how this works, I'm going to start my line at 100 and 125. This is the X and the Y of the starting point of the line. And I'm going to go to 600, and I'm going to keep it at the Y at 125. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. Here's my line over here. Okay. My line is huge. It's a huge line. So it starts at 100 and 125, which is right here in the middle, and then it goes all the way. Okay, so it's in the middle of those squares right there. Okay, the reason it's so fat like that is because of our stroke weight. I changed the stroke weight on the point, but it also carries over to change the stroke weight on the line as well. So that's what's going on there. You see the point and the line have about the same thickness there. So it carries over on the line as well. So if we don't want it to carry over, then we need to set it up a different way. So we're going to put in the command again. And I'm going to put in a smaller stroke weight. Let's say like 5. Okay. 5. And see what that looks like. All right, much better. Here's our line over here. And it is going from 100, 125 to 600, 125. So this is a horizontal line. So let me put that comment in there. Horizontal line. Okay, that's our horizontal line there. Let's say we want to make another line. Let's make some more lines. Okay, we can make another line. This one, I actually want it to be vertical. So let's say start it at the same place, but instead of going across, it's going to go down. So we're going to leave it at 100, and we're going to change this to 600. Okay. I'm going to show you something real quick as well after this. So here we're running it. We got a line over here, the horizontal line. This is our vertical line right here. Okay, so this is the line going up and down. So I want to show you something real quick. If the y's are the same on the line, the two y coordinates, because this is x and y and x and y. If the y's are the same on the coordinates there, then it is a horizontal line. If the x's are the same, then it's a vertical line. Okay? If the y's are the same, horizontal, the x's are the same, it is a vertical line. Okay, so we got lines out of the way. Let's just make one more line. I want to make a diagonal line so you can see kind of how it works maybe a little bit better. So let's start it at 200, 200, and we're going to go to 800, 800. What I'm doing there, here we go. All right, this should be a diagonal line. Here we go. Let's run it there. Diagonal line going right through the middle from 200, 200, 200 on the X, 200 on the Y, right here. It goes down to 800 on the X and 800 on the Y. So there's a diagonal line right there. Okay. So that's how you make lines and points. Okay. Lines and points. They may seem simple, but they can get, pretty complicated and confusing. Okay, confusing, man. All right, so I want to show you some things about colors now and how to change a few things. Okay, so I'm going back up to the top of my program, right up at the setup, underneath the size. I want to change something. I want to change the color of the background. So I'm going to put in the background function, and I'm going to tell the computer that I want to have a red background. Okay, so I put in 255, 0, 0. There, it changed my background to red. Do you see that? I'm sure you do. Okay, so we need to talk about colors. Okay, colors, colors, colors. Of course, you want to use colors in your programs. So the way the colors work is like this. There are three values that you have to put in for a color. An R value, which stands for red, a G value, which stands for green, and a B value, which stands for blue. Okay, you see in this background command, I've put in three numbers. I got 255 for red, I got 0 for green, and I got 0 for blue because I wanted a red black background. The highest number you can use in one of these spots is 255, and the lowest number is 0. Okay, so let's say I wanted a green background. So I would put 0 in for the red, and I would put 255 in for the green, and I'm going to comment this line out. If not, it's going to give me an error. My program is not going to let me run it. So I'm going to make a single line comment right there, red, green, and blue, RGB value. So this one is going to have a green background. You see that? So if I wanted a blue background, here we go, and I'm going to change the blue value, which is the last one, to 255. Okay, so there's the blue. Now, if you want to mix, of course you want to mix usually. So let's say you want 125 here. You want the green all the way on, and you want the blue just barely on. Let's give it some number 10 right there for the blue value. So we run it there, and we'll see what this mix is going to come up with. It comes up with a shade of green. Okay, one shade of green. So I want to show you another way you can find the color. You can go to Tools up here and click on Color Selector. And then it has the whole spectrum right here. You can select any color that you want. So if you like green, but you rather have like an aqua type color, then we'll have an aqua type color. Okay. Let's say I want a light baby blue. So I go find a light baby blue, and it gives me the R, the G, and the B values right there. RGB, or you can copy this right here, which is a hexadecimal number. You can copy this, and then you can paste it into your code right there, just like that, and then run it again, and it will have that baby blue color. See that? So this is a hexadecimal number that I just copied and pasted in there. However, you are looking right at the RGB values, so you can put those in as well. 116, 184, and 234. Okay? And it comes out with the exact same color as well. So, depending on what color you want, you can always get different colors. So let me try a nice looking purple color. So I'm going to put 229, 19, 219. 229, 19, 219. Let's see. Nice purple color. Awesome. So there's the color that I wanted. There's the color that it is. So there's a color selected there. A couple different ways you can do it. You can put in the hexadecimal in there. You can put in the RGB values in there. So you can change the colors up that way. Okay? If you want to change the color of a line, for example, let's say then you would have to use the fill command. You want to fill that line with a different color. So let's say we want the line to be red. So you put 255, 0, 0, and we run it. And the line did not become red. Let's try it one more time this way. Let's change it to stroke. The stroke is going to be the color of the lines that are drawn. So we changed the stroke to fill that line with red. If we want to change the point to red, we put stroke up here as well. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit more about colors in the next video as well, but that is it for this video. We learned about points, lines, and a little bit about color. So then we'll continue on with color and draw some more shapes in the next video. See you guys in the next one.